I said in white. My profession was professional photographer, so I studied light. And when you talk about light, white is all the colors. But I'm also a painter, and when you paint, it doesn't work that way. You're mixing like yellow, the basic three colors to make the in-between colors, and then all the combinations, adding white and black and making all the tones. It's a fascinating system. And so is life, right? Okay, time for some more music, Kumu.
Ke ihola ka ua hali hali na lehua o luna ke ihola ka ua hali hali na lehua o luna helele I pua I ke kai hulale ana lehua I ka moana e kupala ka ua I ke kai ke ho I holu e aloha mai he mele no e kuulani ka waile hua a ala ka honua he mele no e kuulani ka waile hua a ala ka honua ka waile hua a ala ka honua
Just so you all know, there's a few new people, so I just wanted to let them know when we, instead of clapping, we use our sign language to say, hooray, beautiful music. Thank you. Now it's a special time of the morning where we get to share with each other miracles and ordinaries. So miracles and ordinaries, for those that are new, could be just about anything. It could be huge, it could be small. Daily life is filled with ordinaries as far as miracles, as far as I'm concerned. And sometimes they're small and sometimes they flit by and they're hardly noticed. So it could be from this last week, it could be from this last year, it could be from anywhere for about anybody. So come up to the mic.
Kind of blew my mind because Faith and I were doing some shopping. Or no, she wasn't with me, was she? I was doing shopping while she was in ballet. And that's the reason I'm up here right now. But I was at Target or Target and in line. And this lady in front of me, I thought, wow, she has familiar energy, but she didn't. I only saw her from the back. And then she turned around, she had these big dark sunglasses. So I couldn't tell who it was. She took them off. And there she was, back from South Africa. Yay! Welcome back. So my miracle, well, that was a miracle. And the miracle is that Faith is enrolled in the ballet intensive, summer intensive, which starts June 9th. So mahalo to all of you and everybody out there in the world that contributed, some special people that really helped a lot. I really, really appreciate all of the love and generosity that you showed, both of us. Thank you.
I delivered yesterday a flower to somebody, and she breeds Maine Coons. She showed me her Maine Coon cats, and they are a miracle. They blew my mind. Like they are these huge animals with lynx type. I don't know if you ever saw a Maine Coon with lynx type ears. They're this look like these wild animals, and they are the gentlest cats. They're amazing. And she had little kittens with long ear. Amazing.
Well, I think each and every one of you is a beautiful miracle, and it's just so wonderful to be back here in Hawaii and having this relationship with Hawaii over the past almost 25 years. And it's the first time now since 2008 that Alea and Gianni, my two daughters, and I are under the same roof again in Hawaii. And for me, that is an absolute miracle. It was really a journey, beautiful journey, and I'm so grateful for each and every day that we can share together here at the moment. It means so much, and thank you all for all your love and beautiful friendship. Thank you.
I'm Kathy, and I talk about New Thought, and I can never figure out how I actually got here. Okay, and it's become an incredible community for us. And when my husband and I got here, we never intended to live on the Big Island. Never ever entered our mind. Okay, we were always going to go to Maui, and we took care of my in-laws, and that's why we never made it to Hawaii. We lived in Florida for 15 years. I miss these two people. My in-laws were the most beautiful people I have ever known. And so that was a privilege. But when we came here, we had relatives, we had nieces and nephews that were in Florida. And so we had to leave them behind. So there's some pluses about living in the middle of the Pacific, and there's some minuses. But what ended up happening is the universe not only brought me here, but next door to us are two children whose their grandparents live on the mainland. So enter my husband and me. And this week, little Grayson is 5, and he graduated from kindergarten. So we got to go. And then we got to go and listen to his sister the next day, graduating from 3rd grade. But the school did something really unusual. Okay, as we sat there, they said that character is the most important thing. And even though this was a Christian school, what they did was they gave each child an outstanding award for a character part of them. And little Grayson, who's 5, got patience. and, and little Violet got discernment. And what we saw, and we witnessed these children of all ages, how they were with each other, the kindness. And I'm telling you, there were Hawaiians there were Asian people there. It was just beautiful. And that is a miracle because we wanted children in our lives, and they live next door.
Aloha, beautiful family. I just want to share gratitude and just the awareness of life itself is a miracle. The breath of life is a miracle, and just bring back awareness to that. And yeah, I just wanted to say that, and that way y'all could receive the energy. I haven't really talked to any of y'all, but I love every single one of y'all, and may y'all have a blessed day. Aloha.
Are we complete? Anybody else feeling an urge? No? Okay. Well, Kumu Ching hardly needs an introduction because most of us know him. We are honored with his presence quarterly here, and he always brings beautiful messages and music. But I will introduce him anyway. Ching is an educator, composer, songwriter, and Kumu hula. He lives and breathes aloha into his Hawaiian heritage with his strong presence and great heart. Growing up on the island of Oahu, Ching began his hula training at a young age. After many years learning and building his knowledge, he graduated in the Uniki. Did I say it right? Uniki rights to become a Kumu hula. He serves as Kumu for several halau, including 2 in Japan and 1 in Switzerland. He has been a practitioner of Ho'oponopono since 1999. Kumu Keala is a graduate of University of Hawaii, Manoa, with a degree in early childhood education. He earned a master's degree in education from Chaminade University. He is fluent in the Hawaiian language, which he uses as the foundation for teaching his students, both children and adults. Kumu is the co-founder and the executive director of a foundation, Nawai Iwi Ola. Did I say it correctly? Oh, good. I'm doing better with my Hawaiian a little bit. To learn more, visit the website www.nawaiwaiola.org. Kuma has taught keiki and served in many other capacities for several schools in the Kona area. For the 2024-25 school year, Kumu has served as vice principal at Kealakehehi Elementary School. He continues to offer Hawaiian language and hula classes for the community and a monthly talk story event called Under the New Moon, which takes place at the Outrigger, which was formerly the Sheraton in Keala. I'd like to introduce our wonderful Kumu Ching. Thank you.
Mahalo. He ia o uka o kanani o hualalai. Hualalai no kawahine o Hawaii loa. He kānaka kālai waa i ue aku hoi mai. Mai ka aina o nā kūpuna i Hawaii aina o Hawaii. Hawaii nui, Hawaii iki, Hawaii pamamau. E o ho i meila i a wahine o hualalai. Ka wahine no ho o uka. A ia o anei ho o malu kapalau a i pu o hau. Ahu o lo no kona. E o meila o pu o hau. Kona waina kapalilua o mauna loa. O mauna loa kaulana mauna ka he wai ke kai. Kai mā lino lino kai mā oki oki. Au aku au mai i a wahi pu o pu hau. I uka ho ino o haleki. Ho nalo kanakau o la ho ino kalu kalu. E ia ho ino ia wahi hale. Hale I a kua mai lau ino na lehu lehu. O ia aina nei. Ku au I mua o. O ino ko mako haku e mahalu aku e me ke aloha. Aloha e, aloha mai. Nani ho'i o Hualalai, he wahine ku ana o Hawaii loa. Ma o aku ana i ho'omalu i pu'ohau kahi waina o kona waina, pu'ohau ka palilua o mauna loa i kaulana mauna. Au aku au mai ke kai malino lino kai ma oku oki oki. I uka o hale ki'i ho nalo kanakau kalu kalu. Aloha mai kako. Ho wau no o kumu ke ala Ching. A hau oli noho i wau i ko uku ana i mua o ko apau no ko o ko ho'olohe ana i nā Olelo Hawaii. O ka Olelo Hawaii o ia ho'i no ka leo o nā kupuna ma ki i aina nei. Aloha everyone, our mountain is Hualalai. She is the significant other of Hawaii Loa. Hawaii Loa is one of our navigators that navigated our people, some of them, over to our beautiful island from our islands of our kupuna. Hawaii Loa placed Hualalai on this beautiful mountain. This is our mountain, Hualalai. Our district goes from Anai Ho'omalu, and Anai Ho'omalu is there by South Kohala or Waikoloa, and then North Kona, and it comes all the way to this beautiful hill. This hill is Pu'uhau. Pu'uhau is the direct center of Kona, hence the term Kona Waina. We have Kona Waina Elementary, Kona Waina Middle or Intermediate, and then Kona Waina High School. This district goes all the way to the top of Mauna Loa. To the end, the most southern district is Kaulana Mauna. That is the name of the district. Goes into the ocean. This ocean of Kona is either choppy, ma'okioki, or glassy, ma'linolino. These are the currents that goes up and down our coastline. So in the chant, I say, come back to this hill. Up to this hill, we have Honalo, which is a district, or Haleki'i, Honalo, Keala Kekua. This is Kanakau. Over there is Kalukalu. You can see a marker on the road. And then this is where we are right now. We're gathering with all this ashes that's before us. Ashes are lehu lehu, because from ash we go back to ash. So in the term we use lehu lehu in the Olelo Hawaii. And here I am before you, happy to share the beauty of the language. My name is Kumu Keala Ching, and I'm, as I said, happy to be here to really help us to understand the Olelo Hawaii or the Hawaiian language. So mahalo for this beautiful gathering. I wanted to share the Olelo Hawaii in different formats, in a chant, the Hawaiian language in chant, the Hawaiian language in just speaking, and then the Hawaiian language in the music. So I'll be talking about the Olelo Hawaii. And Olelo Hawaii, of course, we here in Hawaii, we have to really understand. And the reason why I'm saying we have to understand is because none of us lived back then when the language was so much stronger. Today, we have to sort of kind of build this understanding around us. The language strives a lot in the Hilo district because they have the university. They have the university, they have the Hawaiian Language University. So the community there is larger in the Hawaiian language. Here, our Hawaiian language is just up this roadway, just across of um, Kalu Kalu or the Kona Historical. We have a beautiful preschool that's in the Episcopal Church grounds, and that's our Punanaleo Okona. They take children potty trained from the year 3, and then they graduate them at 5 years old. And then from there, they go across the street to our school that is Kekula o Ehunui Kaimalino, which is a language school from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. And so that's our Hawaiian language community right in that area. And so we try to build our Hawaiian language community by just sharing a lot. Part of it was I once wrote for a beautiful magazine that's called Keola Magazine. for about 12, 13 years, telling stories, Maka Olelo Hawaii, about the different ahupua'a or land districts on our island. So that was one way of getting the Hawaiian language out. We also did a Hawaiian language radio block at Kappa radio station, but that was short lived. But it still happens. I believe it starts at 3:30, and it's on the KWXX radio station. So KV Kesa Kesa, they do the Hawaiian language, which is really, really interesting. The best thing is that we are able to turn it on and listen to it. Just listen. I don't know what they're saying, but just listen. You know, you got to take steps, right? We didn't know how to say mama until we heard it. And so after we heard it, we heard it, then we said it. Then we figured, okay, when I say mama, that woman walks in. So now I relate mama to the woman. So it's the same practice here as you listen to these Olelo Hawaii that's happening. Now the biggest push that is going on is now we're getting music that's coming out very, very precise. The way it's being pronounced, the way it's being written, precise Hawaiian language, which is beautiful. Just recently, I believe they released it in March, maybe February, I believe. The reason why I said February is because February is Hawaiian Language Month. And February, they released a bunch of Hawaiian language songs that honored the preschools. My Savior in Yellow. And so they sung these beautiful songs about all the different punana leo. Punana is this nest. Leo is the nest of voices. And so we have this punana leo okona, we have punana leo waimea on our island, and then punana leo of hilo. So these nests of language schools actually began in 1983. In 1983, the first Punana Leo opened up on the island of Kauai. Then it closed, and then the second Punana Leo opened out in Honolulu, which is the Punana Leo o Honolulu in 1984. And so those preschools were moving these children through the process of how we explained about when we said mama, we heard the name mama. Why? Because somebody was saying mama, mama, mama. So we said mama. And then we said mama, the woman walks in, oh, she must be mama. And that's how we begin to learn these languages. In Punanaleo, it began the same way. We got them to chant when they came through the door. They introduced themselves, like how I introduced myself this morning. And then they go and they explore. They explore language all over the walls, all over their toys and games. And that's how you bring language to the idea. So once they moved to fifth grade, we had to figure out, oh my gosh, we need elementary schools. So then those parents created an elementary school. We got all these children to move on. And now we have schools like this, Kekula or Ehunui, which is a Hawaiian language school. Everything just like how schools began, no matter what school you're talking about, parents had to create the curriculum. They had to cut and paste everything. Books that were coming out from the English side had to be translated. So we had to cut the Hawaiian and paste them onto the English words so that the kids would be able to read and then see the images. The difficult thing about that was that the concept of a Western mind is totally different than the Hawaiian mind. So whoever translated those books had to think Hawaiian and not Western because they don't blend. They certainly don't blend. So those are the creations of our schools. And now we have a university, Kahakaula or Ke'elikolani, in Hilo that has been graduating PhDs, doctors, all in the Olelo, Hawaii. So we've come from Punanaleo to now we have doctors that are doing their dissertation all in Hawaiian and proving it that way as well. So it's a blessing. So I think it's a miracle. I think it's just hard work in everyone just keeping up going and doing what we need to do. So that's the journey of our Hawaiian language at this time. So beyond that, I wanted to help us to understand the Hawaiian language. So how many vowels do you think we have? Yeah, so the normal would be 5. So like the word aloha, how many of you know what the word aloha means? Beyond hello, goodbye, I love you. So this is the kind of things that the Hawaiian language, when you get deeper into understanding it, you'll begin to know that it's beyond hello, goodbye, and I love you. The word aloha is really, really powerful. So when people tell me that, oh, our journey is all based on aloha, and I'm like, okay, what's that mean? I always ask, what does that mean? What does the mean aloha to you in this journey? And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just trying to check to see what does this word aloha mean in their journey so that I can understand. And this morning was a blessing because I walked into the room here, and in there, there's a chant that honors the goddess Laka. And I'm thinking to myself, OMG, to think that anyone takes these names like this is a powerful name, Laka, and begin to change things around. That is a form of acculturation. You want to make sure that you keep these chants as tight as possible. But when you do and you change all these words and you blend in your Western thoughts in it, that is not good. I'm just saying. So I said, "Oh, perfect. We're talking about Olelo, Hawaii, and what greets me? E laka e." And I'm like, okay, because then I had to say, gosh, I wonder if I wrote that. And I don't think so because there's another word that I didn't use. So I don't think I wrote that, Chan. So this is where it's really, really, really important on how we take chance and really understand them. And normally I get a phone call to say, Kumu, I'm going to use your chant. Then at least I go, okay, I know what is being done. When I don't, I'm just like, where does this chant come from? Who does it? Where is this Ike? So this is the kind of things that helped me. Then I went into the bathroom over here, and I'm excited that we as a group, as a foundation, as a gathering group, explore these Hawaiian languages. So like over here it says Lumi Pau Pilikia. Yeah, Lumi means a room. Pau is you're finished already. You finished the Pilikia, which means you didn't finish it. To ho'opau, ho'opau is to finish. Ho'opau. So it's just needed a ho'o. Ho'opau pilikia. So it's a room to get rid of your problems. And that's what that room is. You get rid of your problems. Because normally when a kupuna sees you with some problems, they go straight for the stomach. And the stomach says a lot of where your problem is. Take a step back. Down by Ke'e, we have our beautiful healer at the time, Auntie Margaret Machado. And Auntie Margaret Machado would get everybody there because everybody comes with all these problems and they all have to defecate. They have to take a shit. And when they do, she goes and she reads it. because that's where the problem is. The problem lies in your stomach. Yeah. So our people know that. So when you go over here, lumi ho'opau, you are preparing to get rid of it. You're not like get rid of it. You're preparing to get rid of it. And that is one of the locations that you do. You prepare to sit down, meditate, think about it, and then you let it go. So that's what this room is. Lumi ho'opau pilikia. Yeah. Or else we just say the lua, right? Because there's a hole over there. It just goes in the little toilet, and that's that hole. Because in the days it was a lua, and this lua is the lua outside, the outside, and then there would be a hole, and so you go there, use your bathroom, and then close it up and leave. So that's what a lua is. So when you hear these children, Punua heli kalua, I have to go to the lua, is that bathroom. To try and get them to understand ho'opau pilikia is what we should be getting them to understand. Why? Because it is the place where you have to get rid of your pilikia, your wrongdoings. So that's what I was really, really excited to see because we're talking about Olelo Hawaii, Hawaiian language, and the language of our land here, which is really, really important. So I'm not saying bad things about it. I'm just excited that these words are being used, but then you could Kumu, how's these words? Like this song here. Now we have all three verses because I love singing all three verses. And it was brought to me and said, Kumu, can you help? And I said, yes, absolutely. So now it's in Canvas. So now I'm like, ooh, I better make sure it's okay. But now we have all three verses, and I'm excited because then we begin to expand this ike of the language, the knowledge of the language. So yes, we have five vowels. We go e, i, o, u. Again, e, I, o, u. One more time. And in the Hawaiian language, we actually have 15 vowel sounds. There's five vowels, but 15 vowel sounds. Okay. So we have the first basic is e, I, o, u. Then, if you look at it, there's a line over the vowels. And this line over the vowel just makes the sound a little longer. So we say e, I, o, u. So that's the second set of vowels, just the sounds. And then we have a little little upside down apostrophe before the vowel, and that one makes it a crisp sound. So we say e, o, u. E, o, u. Yeah. So we have 15 sounds. E, I, o, u. Longer. E, I, o, u. Sharp. E, I, o, u. So 15 sounds, 15 vowel sounds we have, but we only have 5 vowels. And the wonderful thing about these vowels is they can stand alone. Yeah. So these vowels, their sounds is what impacts the language. And how simple that we can keep them all on one hand, which is great. Then we get into all the other letters, which is crazy. But the craziness is that these consonants needs to be with the vowel. So we begin to understand the duality of the Hawaiian language. The duality of the Hawaiian language is that there's always two ways of looking at things, not just one. You look both ways. You think this way and you think that way, and then you make a decision. Yeah. It's like one of my chants that I did. Ho mai ka ike papalua e. Ike is the knowledge. Ike is vision. Yeah, you're asking to be granted this. But when it's being granted, it's in two papalua. And I always share the story about you have two children on the playground. One child comes up to me, tells me everything that went on. So, how much knowledge do I have based upon this squabble on the class? Do I have everything? No. So I only have half. Until the second child comes to me, then I have the entire story. And I take this and I use this in my elementary school because I want to make sure that I understand the story. And normally, the story doesn't begin there. Where does it begin? It probably began in the cafeteria. That's where the story began. So now I have to take the story all the way back to the cafeteria and help them to realize where it started. And of course, these two kids are looking at me like, you went all the way back to the cafeteria? Yes. Do you remember when you were in the cafeteria? You were playing with each other. You guys was having fun. You guys loved it like brother and brother. Do you remember that? Yes, Kumu. And then what happened? You guys walked down to the field to go play around. Now your friend got another friend. So do you think that's where it started? Yes, Kumu. And then what happened? Then you guys got upset, right? Right? He goes, yes. So the idea of this chant is to help you get to the source of the problem, not the end. The end is not the problem. The source is the problem. So you always have to go back to the source. So it helps me to take the kids back. So this is what papalua is. This is what the consonant and the vowel brings us. The consonant is one idea, the vowel is another idea. These are the papalua in our language. Ho mai ka I ini papalua e. Tu I ini. The desire of what my mom's knowledge is, the desire of what my father's knowledge is. I want that, both of them. When I'm understanding both Ike, both knowledge, this is my desire. I desire that so that now I can bring them together and figure out, ooh, what can I do? How can I make it happen? Or do I go beyond my mother and seek the iini or the desire of my grandfather, my great or my grandmother? Then find that iini. Yeah, find that knowledge. And so this is what iini papalua is. Something that you really, really want to seek out, go and look for it, and then understand it. Ho mai ka mana papalua e. Mana is spirituality. When this chant was composed, I had about 13 young youth having no idea about the Hawaiian language or Hawaiian culture. And so, Homei Kamana was to give all these religious individuals that chance that you bring your mana, and I will show you the mana of our people, and you will see that there's no difference. It's only you that make it a difference. So these kids began to chant, "Ho mai ka mana mana papalua e." So in this journey, I took these kids on all these sacred places. Part of it is they had to get dressed in the outfits of our kupuna. The young men in the loincloth or the malo, and the women in this kekepa, this little wrap. It was white, and because it was the cheapest material I can find, white muslin. We call them kukainalo. The reasons kukainalo is we put all that material over the food, and the fly would shit all over the material and not on the food. So this is kukai shit nalo, the bird or the fly shit that flies all over. So this is that material kukai nalo. And so our first journey was up to the heiau, which is called Pu'ukohola. And this heiau was built by Kamehameha. So we entered the heiau at about 10 o'clock. My last student came off of that heiau about 1 o'clock in the morning because they needed to discover what this Ike is all about. So they came down. Next day, took them in the ocean. They had to discover, right? When the sun came up, this is our practices. Practices of our people is when the sun goes down. Before the sun goes down, you let all your pilikia go. You let the problems go. When the sun comes up, then you revive yourself. So I got them in this practice going. And this is what's so important about Papalua, having them to see that your Ike of the Western religious world is no different than the Ike of the Hawaiian journey and the Hawaiian spirituality. It came to part on Friday when we drove the kids to Keaho Shopping Center. They were dressed in their malo, kikepa, wearing Nike shoes, little headphones with a cassette and their glasses, and they're walking all over this shopping mall. And I asked them to go take the keys to the owners of the land that we just came down. Said, "Oh, Kumu, uncle, we can go walking around." Yeah, go walking. So we realized that our students were comfortable in their own skin using today's technology. And this is what is so important. We have to homaika ike papalua e, take the two knowledge and make it into one. Homaika iini, take the desires and merge it into one. So there's no two. And as I was going through my bachelor's program in elementary education, they said, "Oh yes, you got to think you're walking in two worlds." So I'm thinking about two worlds. I'm walking in two worlds. So one world, you got one foot in the Western world, and the other foot you got in the Hawaiian. And I'm like, "Oh, that would make me waddle like one duck, right? Waddling right and left, bouncing between two worlds," as they put it. So when this whole Ike, there is no two worlds. There's just one world. And this one world is you need to be strong, who you are, represented in the world that you choose to live. And if you live the world in the Western side, blessings to you. I have nothing to say, good or bad. You chose that. That's good. And if you choose to go to Hawaii, awesome. You chose to go to the Hawaiian well. There's no difference. It's just how you interpret the knowledge. Yeah. So this is what this consonant and the vowel helps us to bring. Yeah. So our consonant is we say the H, we say he. The K, we say ke. The L, we say la. The M, we say mu. The N, we say nu. Then the P is P, and the W is ve. So we say he, ke, la, mu, nu, pi, ve, and then the last one is okina, the upside down apostrophe. So say okina. So let's do the vowels. A, e, o, u. Long. A, e, o, u. Sharp. A, o, u. Consonants. He, ke, la, mu, nu, pi, ve, okina. Yeah. So when we're looking at these dualities, because the vowel is the foundation, the consonant is the one that's needing the vowel. Okay. So we have with all the A's, we say ha, ka, la, ma, na, pa, va. So the A is that foundation. Okay, the letter A, we say ah. So say ha, ka, la, ma, na, pa, va. So we say ha, ka, la, ma, na, pa, va. When you let it roll off your tongue, you get very, very comfortable in saying these beautiful words that many of our people are destroying. You got to practice, right? Practice them. Just like kia ho. You know what kia ho is? I don't too. I don't know what kia ho is. But if you ask, you say ke au ho. Ke au ho. Ke au ho is the longest ahupua'a, the longest land district from ocean all the way to the other side of the island, ocean. This is ke au ho. So I always tell my newcomers, my malihini, don't speed the language. Just take your time. Say ke au ho. Ke au ho. Yeah, and that's the name of this beautiful district, Ke au ho. Yeah. All right. So we say ha, ka, la, ma, na, pa, va. Then the next one with the e. He, repeat after me. He, ke, le, me, ne, pe, ve. He ke le me ne pe ve. Ha ka la ma na pa va. He ke le me ne pe ve. He, ki, li, me, ni, p, v. He, ki, li, me, ni, p, v. He, ki, li, me, ni, p, v. Haka la ma na pa va. He ke le me ne pe ve. He, ki, li, me, ni, p, v. Ho, ko, lo, mo, no, po, vo, ho, ko, lo, mo, no, po, vo, hoko lo mo no po vo, hakala mana pava, hekele mene peve, hikili mini pivi, hoko lo mo no po vo, hu, ku, lu, mu, nu, pu, vu, hu, ku, lu, mu, nu, pu, vu, hukulu munu puvu, hakala mana pava, hekele mene peve, hikili mini pivi, hokolo mono povo, hukulu munu puvu. That is basically the sounds of the Hawaiian language. So if you just practice that every morning, it helps you to bring in duality into your life, just based upon the vowel and the consonants. This duality is so, so important. I don't just speak about it, I live it. This is how I help my students understand. Because when I stand above them, they tell me the truth. I don't even have to ask them, they tell me. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. Don't tell me anymore. I don't want to hear it. But Kumu, no, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. And then I help them to figure out what do you need to do. Then they make and they walk away. So I'm like, okay, this is really, really interesting. So it helps you, right, by practice. Try again. Hakala mana pava. Hekele mene peve. Hikili mini pivi. Hokolo mono povo. Hukulumunupuvu. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. All right. So this is the Hawaiian language, and I'm presenting it in the duality style. Duality is that you have to see the vowel has to always connect with the consonant. And this is that duality. So when you begin to look at the words, just like how Hawaii Pono'i is broken up, you would always see the consonant and then a vowel. Consonant, vowel. The vowels, they stand alone. The okina, which is the upside down apostrophe, is a consonant. Yeah. The only way linguistics could find out that it is a missing K. So in Polynesia, we have down in Aotearoa, New Zealand, land of the white clouds, they say vaka. Vaka is a canoe. So it's spelled Waka, vaka. Yeah. Here, our canoe is called wa'a. Yeah. The wa'a. W-A, okina, A. Wa'a. So that okina represents a K, but we already have a K. So it can't be a K. This is how linguistically it's not happening. But it is an okina, and that okina is a consonant, right? And so it needs to stay next to not always a vowel. See, like the word not always? That's about the Hawaiian language. Hawaiian language, Hawaiian culture. You have to know this term, nalu. Say nalu. Vale. Nalu vale. What's a nalu? A wave. Nalu vale. Go with the flow. Ride the wave. Yeah. Because every time you challenge, the wave gonna knock you over. Just go with the flow. So it's not always. That's what I'm saying. It's not always. So you learn one way and then gotta relearn another way, and then oh my gosh, I'm confused. Other than that, the Hawaiian language is broken up just like how it's been broken up there. So the first line, ha, vai, I, yeah, e, ku, u, o, ne, ha, nau, e. Yep. So e Hawaii e ku o ne hanau e. Yeah, so you know hanau? You heard the story ohana means family and no one gets left behind. You heard that story before? Lilo and Stitch, yeah. And that's exactly what this means. So you see those three vai, you see how vai? So normally you silence that ah and you pull in that e. So it goes vai, vai versus Hawaii. So you're hearing that va e. But you have to think of Lilo and Stitch and pull that e in and you say Hawaii. So you say E Hawaii e ku o ne hanau e. Ku home kula iwi nei. Oli no au ina pono lani o. E Hawaii aloha e. Go to second verse. E ha'i mai ko mau kini lani e. Oh, not over there, it's over here. Ko mau kupa aloha e Hawaii. Na mea oli no kama ha'o no luna mai. E Hawaii aloha e. Next verse. Na ke akua e malama mai a oi. Ko makua lono aloha nei. Ko mau kahawai o lino mau. Ko mau mala puanani e. So the song was written by Lorenzo Lyons. He was a reverend at the time of King David Kalakaua. So he wanted to create a song to bring joy. This is why olie, to joyful understand the opio of Hawaii. The little children of Hawaii is the next generation. Yeah. Mai na ahe pakamakani, the winds that blows. These winds that is blowing is this journey that our people have and continue will be going through. And these journey in the wind, the first journey that the wind brought in was these billowy clouds. And they knew that once those billowy clouds hit the land, it'll change the land forever. The people knew that. So when the missionaries came upon their big schooners with these huge sails, those were the billowy clouds that they were speaking of. And so these clouds blew these boats to the land, and that's where it changed the face of the land. So in this makani, in this pa'ahe, now we're talking about Lorenzo Lyons. He had to learn the Hawaiian language. So this is that manao. This is the thought that mai ahe pa mai kamakani. The winds blows constantly, and in this constant blowing of this wind, the face of Hawaii changes often. Like the movement of the Hawaiian language, we're about 45 years now, and the language has gotten stronger, right? And understanding the Hawaiian language is even more greater to this day. So again, mahalo nui. I'm not sure if we took more time than we're supposed to, but it's all blended in. Mahalo nui. Yes.
So the consonants and the vowels, I'm just
Mhm.
wondering in Hawaiian understanding, because I can imagine that to make a sound was had an origin, like a relationship to something. So the sound came maybe from a relationship to something. Was it also related to the stars or the planets or the sounds? Is there any history about that? What the consonants represent, what the vowels represent, beyond our language and communication, but as a relationship to the environment, not only the physical land, but also the sky.
So, like I was explaining, the duality, you take it the way you want. The reason is all of this letters was not Hawaiian. These letters did not come to us. The way it came to us is that back in 1802, a young man, his name was Henry Opukaha'ia, Opukahaia's name. He jumped on the ship there at Keala. And when he jumped on the ship, he left. And when he left, he learned all about Christianity from the Bible. So as he started to learn, he started to see the letters. And as he started to see the letters, then he started to create this based upon the relationship of the Christian Bible that was shared upon him. So many of these letters are all from that influence of Christianity. Other than that, everything was all based on sound. When you hear the wind, the language is all based on that prior to these letters, if that helps. Yeah. But the way I presented it to you is to help you understand that the consonant is one, ike, one knowledge, and the vowel is another knowledge. So we have all these building blocks, and these building blocks, like how it's presented, helps us to code what's going on. Unless you understand the code, you understand the message. If you don't understand the code, no matter orbit, level, whatever you want to call it, this is why I say practice the very simple ones, understand the duality, then you can understand to then create the understanding of these codes. And that's what they are, codes, because this is not ours. Today they are, but the way people wrote like that line, Maina ahe ahe makani epamaine. If I didn't share with you that the winds would blow the billowy clouds. And once those clouds hit this land will change. If I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't know what that means. But I told you. And these are the codes that I'm telling you about. So take it the way you want, enjoy it. That's why I would say enjoy it first, and then you can figure it out. Hikino? Okay. Thank you for the question.
Mahalo. It's time for gratitude, sharing your gratitude with all of us. So we're going to pass the koa bowl. Put your love in the bowl. Green stuff if you have some. And thank you. Mahalo.
E a ka hai e nā Hawaii, e lo kahi ka mana kahi kolu. Hoia i o kou kulani. E haa i ke alo o ke akua. E aho nui e. O ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. Ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. O ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. Ooh, ooh. E akahai e nā Hawaii, e lo kahi ka mana kahi kolu. Oia I o kou kulani. E haa I ke alo o ke akua. E aho nui e. O ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. Ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. Ke aloha ka mea I hola ai. Thank you.
Mahalo. We're going to do announcements now. And Kumu, you get to go first.
Mahalo nui. I just wanted to announce I'm not able to have lunch with you all today. I would love to, but right now my students are preparing a celebration for me. Today is my birthday, So that's my announcement.
I think it's time, do you?
And
Everybody,
then,
happy birthday to you.
yee,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kumu.
Happy birthday to me. Thank you, thank you. But then the others, we have Talk Story on the 17th of June. So it's not the last Tuesday, but it's the 17th. It's the day before I leave to Europe. So if you want, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, they're at the Outrigger Talk Story. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, mahalo. Ah. No, we are glad that you were born. Yeah. Our regular Sunday services are at 10 a.m. in person here on the lanai or by live stream video. And you can watch on YouTube anytime you like. You can go back and review, or if you've missed, you can go and listen and watch. We have free childcare, and we ask that the reservation be made by Friday, so we have somebody available for that child or those children. Our June Sundays are exciting. We have a fabulous lineup this month. On the 8th, next Sunday, we have Tiare Loom. She's doing program and the music. She's also doing the bowls first, the crystal bowls. So if you come early enough, you get a spot in there as well. The subject is the power of love and joy as medicine for the soul. Maria Mann on 6/22, summer solstice ceremony. Bring your drums and rattles or any other musical instruments you feel inspired to bring. It's going to be quite exciting. Community drumming will start at 9:45, so if you can get here a little earlier, and that would be great. We also put mats down if people want to be on the floor, because we do a little bit of a journey, and it's always an exciting time with Maria. On 6/29, we have Jill Wagner, How Zen Training Guides My Life and Work. Music will be by Ola Sangles. Weekly class, we have on Mondays, 4:30 to 5:30, Jinan Wang is here doing Tai Chi and Qigong, $15. If you come at 4, you get to learn the long form. Monthly events, as I said, next Sunday, come at 9 for the crystal bowls. It's always on the second Sunday, and that's in the Honua room here. We put out mats for you and pillows, and there's blankets, so you don't even need to bring all your accoutrements or whatever that word is I can't come up with. We supply all that for you, and we also supply the music and the love. Let's see, next week, I already said that. End of the month potluck is always the last Sunday of the month. It's here on the lanai after service, and next one is on June 29th. And just as a side note, I just read a very interesting little research by, what is his name? I can't think of his name, but anyway, very Eastern philosopher who said, there's been research, always eat with people that you like. Don't ever eat with people that you don't care for. And why? It's all energy, right? There's been research done with rabbits. Interesting, right? Where the scientists fed the rabbits cholesterol high food like cheese. I didn't know a rabbit would eat cheese. But in half of the group, they threw the food into the cages with the rabbits and they ate, and then they took blood tests afterwards. In the second half, they took the rabbits in their laps and they petted them and sang to them and held the food in their hands. The blood test was totally different. Isn't that amazing? So if a rabbit can do that, we can too. Okay, let's see, where am I? Invitations. Oh, we have a beautiful prayer team, if you aren't already aware of that. And we pray all week long on any prayers that are put in the box. There's a beautiful brown Honu box there on the table. You can write it for yourself, or you can write it for someone else, as long as you have their permission first. And it is powerful. Power of prayer is an amazing thing. On Sunday, June 8th, which is next Sunday, our presenter, Tiara Loom, is actually going to do a workshop afterwards. That's a long day for her. She's doing the bowls first, and then presentation, and then she's doing a workshop from 1:30 to 3:30 in the Honua room. $30 connecting with your higher self and spirit guides through the Akashic records. Do we have a sign up sheet on the table? No, we don't. We will have it next week. Okay. So I know I'm going to stay around for that one. That sounds fabulous. And I've taken one of her workshops before, and she's amazing, beautiful Hawaiian woman. A lot of knowledge and wisdom there. Volunteers. I don't know if you all know, a lot of you are regulars, I know, but a lot of you come and you go, and that's fine. But do you ever think about how this place runs? The behind the scenes, if you will. There's a handful of us who are helping to run this place, which is lovely, and we love doing it, but there's always room for more help, more helping hands. There is a sign-up sheet on the table over here if you feel so moved to want to participate a little bit more before and or after services. We really appreciate the extra love, the extra time, the extra hands. We also have a mailing list. If you sign up in the guest book, which is also on the table, then you'll get a weekly newsletter, e-letter, or you can sign up on the website, which is www.newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. Thank you for everybody being here. Did you have a question, Alicia? You have an announcement?
You left out the 16th of June. You haven't decided yet. Actually, I have decided. 15. Okay.
Oh, okay.
She didn't notice the missing.
It,
Right.
missing date. So we have, Alicia is committed? Then
I will talk about
you want to come?
experience.
Do you want to come announce it?
So the subject we'll experience and share is the power of not knowing. Recently, I've gone through a lot of events, non-events, that I had no idea what's going to be, what's going to happen. And then slowly I'm opening to the flow, how the wave flows, and when does it come to a crest, and how do you navigate such waves? So not knowing, the power of not knowing.
Thank you, Alicia. That'll be exciting because June 15th, the 15th, okay? Oh, here on the lanai at 10 o'clock. It's a presentation. Yes, Alicia will be doing our June 15th presentation here on lanai. It just wasn't on my list, so I didn't know yet. Well, that's about it. We're going to round up now, get in a nice big circle, and we have 3 verses to sing today. Woohoo!
Jamie can handle the turning on, but the turning off. Okay, see where it says end stream?
Yeah.
Okay, so you use your finger till the big arrow is
Okay.
there, and then with your other finger in this corner.
That corner.
But then it asks you again. You have to do it the second
Oh,
time. I'll
okay,
let
so
you do
then-
the second time. Okay, now with your other hand.